I've seen a lot in my life, but damn it, Airbnb renting out slave cabins, this is a first. Here it is.
This is not okay in the least bit. And I know there's gonna be somebody that says, oh, you're looking for controversy where it doesn't exist. No, this is an 1830s slave cabin that is up on Airbnb as a bed and breakfast. How do I know that this is slave quarters other than just using my eyes and looking at it? Well, they say it in the listing. This particular structure, the Panther Burn Cabin, is an 1830s slave cabin from the Panther Burn Plantation. How is this okay in somebody's mind to rent this out, a place where human beings were kept as slaves? Rent this out as a bed and breakfast. Here it is. That's it right there. The slave quarters next to the big house. It's in Greenville, Mississippi. That's the host, Brad, the super host. But what really kills me is reviews. Memorable. Highly recommend watching the sunset. We stayed in the sharecropper cabin and ate in the main house. Enjoyed everything about our stay. The cottage, the history, the tour, the breakfast, and all was great. We stayed in the cabin and it was historic but elegant. A slave cabin is elegant. What a delightful place to step into history, Southern hospitality, and stay a night or two. Cool spot, way better than a hotel. Maybe you're thinking, okay, maybe this will give people insight on how enslaved people had to live, their living conditions. No, not at all. Clawfoot tub, running water, tile, nice lighting fixtures, water, towels, dresser. The history of slavery in this country is constantly denied, and now it's being mocked by being turned into a luxurious vacation spot.
For those of you who will watch this segment and not get it, let me try to help you. There should be no romanticizing of slavery in America. You see, nobody would consider this if it was, let's say, an invite to a remake of the Holocaust or a gas chamber or torture chamber. But see, that's what slave cabins were. It was torture. Need I remind you that those who were enslaved were not only brutally beaten, they were raped, they were molested, they were murdered. And now you have an enterprise, an industry, a group of individuals throughout this country who are making light of this historical reality. It gets deeper. Wynton Yates, an entertainment and civil rights attorney, recently exposed this since remove Airbnb listing on TikTok, okay? The listing featured in Yates' TikTok has since been taken down from Airbnb, but a quick search actually reveals there are many others just like it, all of whom openly state that slavery related histories of their properties are there. Let's put up some of the pictures, okay? There's this tiny home cottage on a Georgia plantation named after a slave who lived there, okay? Marquette. Let's go to New Orleans. There's this suite where enslaved people once lived. They're calling it a private suite, bath overlooking a courtyard theme. There's more. This mansion with, as they say, newly renovated guest rooms to the back of the house that once served as slave quarters. This is actually hosted by a black male. This is a restored, haunted former slave cottage in the heart of New Orleans. There it is. Let's talk about these cabins. In the 1800s, thousands of slave quarters and cabins were built on the site of plantations around the country. In them, children and adults died of disease, mistreatment, and overwork. Plantations were graveyards and places of unfathomable human misery where families were torn apart. Some have referred to those southern plantations as America's Auschwitz, referencing one of the most well-known Holocaust concentration camps known. Now, let me come back to reality on this, okay? I know there are some who will say, well, this is private enterprise. Airbnb has nothing to do with this. Airbnb is not in charge of individuals who decide to place their properties for listing. Well, kind of. Airbnb does have the ability to regulate properties. They can say no, they can deplatform a property as they choose. But let's put that aside. Just as these private homeowners or private property owners are exercising their right to rent out their property, I'm exercising mine. I'm exercising my freedom of speech, my right to say when something is wrong. And so if we're talking about rights, I'm well within mine and they can be well within theirs. I'm saying point blank, period. This should not stand without significant ridicule in this nation. This is not funny. This is not a game. Slavery was not romantic. It did not have a great view. We're not talking about a sunset. We're talking about children raped, men and women destroyed, individuals murdered, and human beings who are owned. Never forget that. All right, Kyla, thoughts here.
Absolutely deplorable. And the truth of the matter is that Black pain and trauma and death is not taken seriously in America. And we see it in so many different aspects of, the lives of Black people when it comes to like Medicare, hospitals and medical malpractice, when it comes to the criminal justice system where, Black people are overly charged and more likely to be killed by police. We see it time and time again. We have the Biden administration steadily trying to fund more police, give more funding to police. And it's just like, when does it stop? When are you truly going to be care about, the lives and the issues that Black people face in this country? And you made a really good comparison. Like we would not see these type of things happening on, the concentration camps where Jewish people were held. So why in the hell are we doing that where, Black people were murdered, raped, hanged, totally dehumanized? It's ridiculous to me. And I dare anybody to try to combat what I'm saying right now. Like you cannot tell me, my ancestors, or the millions of people who were sacrificed for the building of this country and the building of this economy that this kind of practice should be allowed. It's disgusting.
Yeah, we're gonna stay on top of it. Obviously, there are more than what we presented during the segment. We just want people to get some get right juice, all right? Take this as an opportunity to reflect and correct yourselves, or you will be exposed on Indisputable.